All right. I also was paid to watch a show.
Is that what catching up is?
Yeah, catching up.
Oh, this looks cute. Is this Hot Diggity Damon?
No.
Kind of looks like his style.
Not really.
You don't think so?
No. I get what you mean, but there's like a certain way to his art, you know? I think it's just that he would never draw the characters that underexpressive, you know what I mean? Like,
that's very true.
They're always making some, because he's a big fan of,
I did just mean the CG stuff. I didn't realize they started doing 2D again.
Apparently Lapusha hates this, so we're hate watching.
We're hate watching?
Yes, this is a hate watch of something that I'm expecting to suck.
Donkey Kong was crazy. All right, well, enough
let's watch this
enough
shit.
jibber jabber.
Supposedly bad. We'll find out, I guess. Cute.
Definitely Brian in the background.
Hey,
oh my god, you're in this,
Clay. I'm seeing you after school today.
For a hand job. No? Okay. Club tonight. Go to the club.
See you after school.
Maybe I will. Is that where they're gonna meet after school? Food fight. What?
I guess it was just bullying.
Yeah, wait.
Really dry.
Like nobody's gonna say anything about that. All right. Normal day in this school.
Nice freaking job walking there, idiot.
Okay, bullying, I guess. Nice freaking job walking there, idiot. Sounds like some shit I would say.
I'm not a huge fan of the incredibly thick outline with really, really thin lines on the inside.
Yeah, what I don't like about it is that it's not variable enough. Like, okay, right here, you see where that line meets that line?
Yeah.
That should be smooth. That should not be too different.
It should not be like that.
It should not be a hard change of line width. It should be a smooth transition of line width. And that's because I love variable line widths and thick outlines, but it has to be done right. And like, look to anime, obviously.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but
because like this is just a thick outline. It's not something interesting. It's just that they made the out, like, because if you look at the ears, you see the left side of the ear is thick, and then the inside part of the ear is not thick because they just outlined the character. That doesn't look good.
I agree.
Hey, don't forget about tonight. You know,
it's like not clean enough to be as clean as it is, if that makes sense. It's like it's clean, but it's not very clean. You know what I mean?
The thing.
How's school today?
Fine.
I do like the soft lights and everything, but like this is the most generic sitcom house it could imaginably be.
I mean, this is the exact layout of the house from Gumball.
Yeah, I was thinking. Well, so the first one that came into my head was Gumball, but then I also thought it's the same house from Married with Children and Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah,
which
is probably why they did that with Gumball. And I mean, that might be why he's doing it here.
Yeah, it's definitely like generic sitcom house. But here's the weird part, right? Why the fuck is the chair on this side of the room?
I was gonna bring that up because he's like really close to
there's a
the TV,
lot of space behind him with nothing in it.
Maybe.
Like there's a shelf. Okay, there's nothing here but the shelf's under the window. What the fuck? Like
could it be setting up?
Oh my god!
Gag,
no,
maybe?
wait, that's actually infuriating me a little bit. Like there's nothing anywhere in the room except for under the window, right next to the stairs. This is a fucking walking hazard, and it's blocking the window. And it could just be over here. Why is this wall bare, but this one has a fucking asset? I don't understand.
It's an interesting room.
Yes, where is the couch? Exactly, Lapusha. Like, it would be... I understand that he's supposed to be sitting too close to the TV. Why is the only chair in the room this one? In this huge, like, palatial fucking living room?
Or at least if he was going to do that, why have other furniture?
Show us the TV so that we understand how close he is to it. You know, like, this definitely is communicating to me he's sitting too close to the TV, but I don't understand how much. Like, that should be the joke, is, like, how close he's sitting to the TV. But instead, it's like, the joke is how empty the room is.
Yoga space. Lots of room for yoga. What is this dude's deal now?
You're not ready to go?
He's G'd up, I guess.
To the club?
You can find me in the club, bottle full of pub. I got what you need if you need to feel love.
You gotta come with me.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. You see,
someone please, I need an edit of this mouse like getting down to 50 cents.
Come on, Clay.
No, it's not even a club. It's for the under-18s at the community center.
But I've been practicing
taking my conversation starters.
Look, Rob, I'm not going.
Clay, you're going.
Why should I?
To go just because he wants to. He's an idiot. Anything will please him. I don't care. You have to get out of this house.
Clearly not anything will please him because you have not been able to get him, like you haven't been able to shake him off your back about this club thing.
Okay, it's gonna suck. I'm not gonna know anyone there.
Anything could please him, you could just like hand him a Game Boy and be like, fuck off.
Does anyone's parents do this? What's happening right now?
No, I've never heard
like
of
maybe
this
with like a
also.
sibling. I don't know about like with a friend.
I think this does happen, but not the way they're portraying it, where she would be like all the way in the kitchen and they're yelling back and forth across the house while the other person's like out. I don't know. It's an odd. Everything about this feels like it's couched in tropes that it's somehow misunderstood. Like it's based on like the ideas of how like cartoons and TV shows show reality.
Yeah.
But like those cartoons and TV shows are trying to depict reality. And this feels like it's trying to depict a TV show, you know?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like it's based in reality. It feels like it's based on TV. Your parents like forced you to go out with your friends because they thought they were like cringe loners or something. Is that what she's arguing with him, right?
That's
like,
what it sounded. Well, no, because she said you have to get out of this house. So I assume that she's just
trying to get him out of the house.
trying to get out of the
Yeah,
house.
okay.
But like, I don't know.
It's definitely normal to encourage your kids to get out of the house. It wasn't normal in our household,
Right.
because
But
our
I
mom
just
was
figured in
like,
this
the world's
context,
scary. Don't go out there.
like usually aren't parents like interested in what is going to happen? Like the guy's talking about going to a club. I mean, he did say it's like some
that was the part that had
club,
struck me was like, why does she want him to go? I guess she's explaining that. I guess the idea is that they're just trying to get him away from the TV.
Yeah,
It's
get out
like
of
he
the house.
spends too much time in front of a TV. He needs to go hang out with his friend and stop being closed up in his room. I get that. I understand it on a human level. It just feels like the way it's being communicated is like slant correct. You know, it feels again informed by other people's projections of reality rather than actual reality. Oh, he stepped on that.
You're not wearing that.
Not even the sunglasses?
That's why I asked him, what do we think
I guess.
gray guy is? The animal he is.
Oh, like a wolf?
Is that a wolf?
What do you
we,
think?
We saw a wolf earlier. You didn't look. I would assume he's a cat. Or raccoon stuff. Right. I would
Thanks for
even have a
dropping us off.
tail though
Debates
for
about
either
this.
cat or raccoon. Is he like a bear?
I mean, to me, he looks the most obviously like a wolf. Like, I don't know.
He would have a tail as a wolf too. Why is it no tail? Is kind
You're
of the
right.
thing.
Dad.
Any kind of animal that
Alright.
he would look like. Is,
Maybe he's
would have a
a
tail.
maybe he's a
Have a
the
nice
guys
time,
that-
Robbie. Now, try
the
not to get
Australian guys that beat stuff up with their butts.
dingo.
No, the little guys. Fuck, why can't I remember the name? Lapusha, you know what I'm talking about. Who the butt? They kill things with their butt. They're always scratching their butts.
I don't know what the fuck you're on about.
They're cute little Australian.
too many girls.
Love them from Australia.
Don't worry, sir. I'll keep an eye on him.
It's also been really
Canonically,
weird.
He is a cat. Okay.
It's been weird
He
that
does
all
not
the
look like a
background characters are like standing still.
He likes you.
Okay, so they're supposed to be Tom and Jerry, but like as like regular people instead of a cat and mouse who are like weirdly humanized. I think maybe.
think so?
I don't know. If he's supposed to be a cat, he's a gray cat with a little brown mouse. So they're just Tom and Jerry, but like as kids.
I have to see these people at school.
He's not a fucking cat. That is not a cat. In no universe, never has anyone been told draw a cat and gotten this result.
No.
It's just not fucking possible.
You would have a tail. Like, I don't know why he doesn't have a tail. His new design has a tail, apparently. Okay, so they just forgot it in the whole episode.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
The fucking mouse has a tail. I don't know. I mean, it's a really thin one, but you just do a fucking tail.
He looks more like a wombat than a cat, right?
Yeah, I can agree
No
with that.
tail.
The wombats don't seem
It's
to have
got
two-tone
triangle ears.
color.
No
though.
tail. It's gray. It's just like kind of a little dot nose and a.
Because like
At the very least, he looks more like a
Another-
wombat than a cat.
another thing about it is like the like stomach face type thing going on. It kind of makes me think he's a bear.
He does look a little bit like a bear, but bears wouldn't have the big ass ears.
No.
School 5 days out of my week. Isn't that enough?
You know, I don't
I hate his fucking voice. He's like too much of a douchebag.
think I've ever even seen you outside of school or your own house.
That's intentional, yes.
But that's no way to live. You gotta get out there and do something eventually.
In terms of like story, like narrative for a cartoon, this is the least interesting narrative it could imaginably be.
So I'm guessing
Like,
the idea is like catching up is that he's going to realize that he's spent his whole life.
that's Michael
wasting away.
Kovac. Oh no, this is the worst Michael Kovac role ever. It's the same guy who plays Angel Dust, the Has Been Hotel. Have you seen Amazing Digital Circus? He's the
Is that
bunny guy.
is that the one with the jester girl and the
Yes.
teeth guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are all like the modern cartoons that have gotten a lot of like attention, right? Is this like another thing that's getting a lot of attention? This does have 700,000 views on it.
I mean,
It's just a pilot.
if anything, that's like a complete 3.2 million views.
Oh, this is actually okay. I was looking at a subscriber count, not the view count.
Anything that is like a
Yeah, big indie hits. Thank you.
fully created independent animation will always get a lot of attention just because it's so hard to do, and also it's furries, and also there's apparently controversy around whether it's good or not, which kind of draws even more, like sometimes something that's kind of bad will get more attention than something that's just unremittingly good.
I mean, I've seen this guy's channel a lot. I've never really clicked on his videos, the LS Mark, but I do see him a lot.
He looks like the Penny Arcade guy.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Perfect. And so instead of simply driving to the club, we pay some guy in our class $20 to take us there on an old rundown bus. You know, that's it. I'm going home.
No, you're not. It's all a part of the experience.
It's really weird hearing Michael Kovac play someone who's not a cute boy, not even trying to be a cute boy, because that's like so his range and like what you would hire him for, that it feels really strange to hear him play like a douchebag, totally uncute, unremarkable, unlikable.
Experience, man. I think. Just go with it.
20.
$20 for a bus fare is fucking crazy. I mean, maybe is that like the whole entry fee for the club?
I think the implication is that this guy is just some thug who's shaking down everybody. The
Scraggy.
visible
Yeah, Scraggy's
underwear
correct.
and the hat, the backwards hat and everything.
Yeah, he said it's
I'm like
Scraggy.
struggling not to find this racist.
The fact that the hat is so far back makes him look like a middle-aged bald man.
It kind of looks like a white guy acting black, but
I guess,
it's
yeah, I
hard
can
for
see
me to know what the intent was.
Hello there. May I procure for a ride, my good man?
Is that
$30.
English? Procure for a ride?
What? Those guys only had to pay 20.
Maybe that's the point.
No.
Oh.
He's a scrub.
Why are the cat's eyelids the color of the rest of his fur and not the fucking fur that's around his eyes?
I was gonna buy a Coke with that.
Like cocaine? Did he just say I was gonna buy?
I
Coke
did not
with
hear
that?
a Coke. I heard
Yeah.
Coke with that.
I'll lend you the money.
But how am I gonna get drinks for the ladies?
Oh, I was really hoping he was going to buy Coke later.
We were gonna look so cool together, Clay! And then I say,
I like this cat girl. Wait, no, she's a raccoon. This is at least an animal. This looks like an
Yeah.
animal.
I mean, the one on the right.
that Melvin my pin last week and never got it back. And now this?
You
Also-
gave it to him.
Oh yeah, what was that?
You're a pushover, dude.
Totally different art styles between those two raccoon girls.
You're always offering to do stuff for people, thinking it makes you friends.
Well, where's the harm in that? It's called being a good person.
Hey there. We want to go up to the back of the bus, but we have nowhere to put our jackets. Would you be able to hold them for us?
Don't fall for the sluts.
No
Please
problem,
don't do it.
ladies.
Okay, thanks.
See what I mean?
Don't be jealous just because I got 2 bitches.
Okay, so it is adult humor, right?
I think so.
They just said bitches,
Yeah.
but it's been very childish so far.
This is a complaint I have about a lot of indie animation, is that all of them are trying to make like a deliberately like edgy kids show, but it's not enough of a kids show to be a kids show, but it's not edgy enough to be an adult show, so it's just kind of shit.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about a lot of these.
this is terrible. Respect. The hyena guy looks a lot like the wolf guy.
Like this, it's just Why
like,
are they high schoolers and also
background-
going to the club? I just
Well, because he said it was a club for minors.
yeah, but like
This is actually something
everyone's
that
like making out on the school bus. I'm like,
yeah, it's very strange.
this
Essentially,
needed to be like more metaphorical or less metaphorical.
one of the weird things I'm seeing here is that the background.
They just like got shitted out. Of
Yeah,
the bus.
I think they were just excited. The background, nothing's a parallel line,
Yeah.
but all the characters are super clean. Like,
Yeah, that's a good point. Because somebody had said earlier that this felt like it had no sense of cohesive aesthetic identity, and it's hard for me to put a finger on why that feeling would be the case. But that is exactly. I mean, what the fuck is actually going on with the door on this bus compared to the lines on the bus compared to like all of it is it's like a fucked weird warped world, but the characters do not feel like they belong in it. Maybe that's part of the point.
Gotta make sure I wasn't robbed back there.
I'm also wondering why there's been
Oh yeah, no pockets.
there's been like little audio things like little
There's
like
your
sound
bitches.
effects, but there's been no like
Yeah. Well, they probably just.
They're probably just keeping them warm for me because they couldn't find their jackets.
They seem to be in better.
Will never care about those jackets again. Those jackets are trash to them. They forgot the jackets ever existed.
hands. Also, I don't think I've ever even remotely seen you take interest in a girl before.
We're
Aren't you gay?
clubbing, Clay. This is what you do.
Of course I'm gay, but I'm at the club. What are you, Diddy, as a fucking mouse?
Oh, okay, it's okay. So it said community center, but immunity has fallen off, and they've wrote lube on a sign, so it's klub.
These jackets
Kinda
are our
like
ticket
that.
into
Kinda
a
like
fun
that.
night.
Yeah. Or another thought, leave them on the bus.
What kind of person would I be to not at least return them? I'm telling.
The show feels misogynistic. I mean, so far I would say that this character is misogynistic. And I honestly think the other character is kind of like picking up on it and being like, what are you saying bitches for? Like, why are you acting like you get bitches? You know, like, what is this
This feels
thing
so
you're
slow.
doing?
Well, we have also,
On you, Clay. If there's one thing a lady loves, it's a gentleman.
you know, this guy
Look,
is
I hold one, you hold the other. How does
having a
that sound?
misogynist character.
Hell
doesn't
no.
make
I'm
it
already forced to stand in the cold only to enter a hot
The
You
fuck
can make
is
it
this
clear
guy?
that they're not like a good
ferret?
guy.
I guess he's a ferret.
sweaty room for the rest
Yeah,
of my
probably.
night. My hands aren't leaving my damn pockets till I get home.
Come on, it's about the experience. How else are you gonna meet new people and live a little?
Yeah.
I feel like I recognize that mouse's voice.
If they're as cool as those fine scholars on the bus ride we just sat through, then, yeah, it's gonna suck.
Fucking doofy look on
No
his
trainers. Scrapes up the floors.
But these are new trainers?
Oh yeah.
I said no trainers.
I mean, those guys aren't even wearing shoes.
like it looks like he's wearing Converse. So is it like a no? What the fuck is the point of any of this? Trauma decompression from somebody who felt like everyone around them in high school was trying really hard to be cool and super sexual and stuff, and they were like, I just want to go home and watch TV and not be involved in any of this stuff. I just want to watch cartoons. I don't want to grow up.
What does the bear wear?
So are they supposed to be wearing shoes?
Okay, go in.
No, they're
So,
fine.
where to
So the bear
first?
could have just taken the shoes.
Probably.
Why was he even wearing it? I guess it's just a fashion thing.
He had new trainers, you know, but you're not allowed to wear trainers into this club. So it's fucking stupid, is what it is. It's somebody who's never been to a club but has heard that you can get kicked out for your shoes being wrong. So that's what the cartoon is.
Yeah. I mean, they were wearing heels. Right?
I mean, like, what this cartoon, I think, hopefully is trying to communicate is like when people don't want you around, they just make shit up. It's not about the shoes. It's about that guy's a dork. And so whatever you tell him to get rid of him, you know, like, your shoes you got the wrong shoes. You can't come in.
Oh, so they passed the cool check with that vest and that hat.
Somehow they passed the cool check, but maybe it's because he recognized that this mouse has money. Because obviously what should have been communicated in this is that this mouse is like a rich kid because he's clearly supposed to be.
I have not picked up on that idea, but that would make makes sense. Yeah. If,
As soon as people see him, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's $30 for you, not 20." Like the assumption is he has $30 and that he'll spend it because he's a rube. You know, like obviously everybody sees him as somebody they can take advantage of. It should be that he's like a rich kid who desperately wants to be cool by copying poor aesthetics and therefore is being taken advantage of by all the poor people around him who don't respect him but want his money. Like that's what this character should be.
Do people like this shit? Well, let's look at the like to dislike ratio.
You can't. That's not a thing anymore.
You don't have
There's no
thingy?
like. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't use extensions.
There's like an extension that just brings it back.
I
don't know if people don't like it, but a lot of people did like it.
Yeah. I mean,
is my hate of the pilot justified? I mean, it's pretty boring so far.
So far, I don't like it.
All the pedantic things aside, it's not necessarily interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, as far as a concept for a cartoon goes, this is the lamest shit imaginable. It's like literally a cartoon about being a lame high schooler. Like,
I mean, the thing is,
why?
like, since it's a pilot episode, I mean, most of the time you don't make a pilot episode look this clean or finished. Because normally a pilot episode, you're just focusing on the characters and the jokes and the setting, right? And all of that has been boring.
In regards to saying it's a waste of resources to put all this effort into this of all things, I don't tend to look at it like these are resources that could have gone to something else. I think a lot of us have that approach when we look at art of like, why this and not this other thing? And the answer is like, this is what they can do. They can't do another thing. They just aren't that good. When you say resources, it's kind of like a way of saying that, but it looks like it should be good. I would say this doesn't look resource intensive to me. It's just so simple with the like expressions, with the like the characters don't move a lot, so there's not a ton of animation to be done. You're just taking those models and changing the pose very slightly. When you mention Hot Diggity Demon, like he goes out of his way that like no two frames look the same. They just don't. There's not two frames that look the same because he would be bored by that. I do think the first concern here is the story, which is the sad thing about this cartoon, is that I think this person really wanted to tell this story, but the story sucks. So like when you say it's a waste of resources, it's like it's a waste of this person's time, but it's not a waste of their time because, oh, their talent could have gone to something better. It's a waste of their time because they need to like go have an adventure in the real world before they make art. Some people just don't have enough perspective into reality to make art that will affect reality positively. I mean, we don't really know what the message is yet, but so far it just feels like trauma decompression from somebody who really doesn't understand what they were even experiencing because they never went to the fucking club. This person has never been to the club.
Or they've been once and this was their impression.
Yeah, one or the other. They definitely don't know about the club, don't care about the club, but let's see where this goes.
What are we even supposed to do in here?
Hey, how about we try and find our lady?
In Shirobako, there's a character who at one point someone says something misogynistic to her and she like writes it directly into a scene and she gives it to the lead writer that she's kind of taken as her sensei. He like looks at it, he starts reading it, he frowns and he hands it back and he says, "It's too raw. It's like obvious that this just happened to you." The point of a story is to tell a story about the characters in the story, not about you. You have to make characters who would have similar experiences to you. If it just sounds like you are talking, then I'm just like, okay, but are you right or are you wrong? Where are you coming from? That's how this makes me feel. Is I'm having too much of a conversation with the creator and not enough with the characters.
Ladies, they're bound to be looking for us. Not to mention, if we give them back their jackets, they might even,
I don't know.
Me neither. I was hoping you did.
Okay, while you do that, I think it'd be better off to find a nice, quiet place I could just sit down, relax, and... Okay.
One thing God himself because when you leave a comment that says these characters are definitely inserts for Mark and there's very little abstraction about his negative thoughts, I think he was like 19 and your name is God himself. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, of course God would know,
yeah,
right?
God is giving us the actual fucking insight. He's like, yeah, I watched him do this shit. It was kind of cringe.
Oh my God. I've been watching this. This guy has been a cow for me for like 10 years.
Whoa!
I was wondering how old.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they really were 19 years old, it's like what I would expect to be wrong with a 19-year-old's work. If he's only 19, it's like, oh, good. There's plenty of room to improve and like go take that tour of the country and like learn some shit, you know, like take the money from this and go invest in being a more interesting person before you make your next thing.
Unless Mark is currently 23.
23 now. Yeah, he's got plenty of time to become.
Yeah, so he probably was. How long ago did this come out?
6 months ago.
He was 23. I mean, that's still pretty young to be like doing a big production. Is this all soda?
Well, as long as I'm carrying these around all night.
Hey, what are you doing with my jacket?
We fucking tried to steal
No,
from his
you're
jacket.
mistaken. This is the jacket of my pal's future girlfriend.
Let me see. Oh wait, no, it's not. Creep.
That was a very random scene.
And the sound effects were a little weird.
Yeah. So there's not that they didn't have any music. That those things were just meant to be quiet.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
just
I
meant to be on the audio.
I like to hear the
Hi there.
maybe I'm not just in the gender.
I said hi there.
I can't hear you.
This is the cutest character design so far, I think. Like this looks like an actual character.
I said.
What'd you say?
Hi there.
What?
I said hi there.
This is a real fear though, that like I'm gonna be loud right at the moment when everybody gets quiet, you know? So,
Although it kind of implied that they got quiet because he got loud.
yeah, that's
Which
it
is-
would have been funnier if it just happened to be that everybody got
Yeah.
quiet at that moment. Because like in a real life scenario like this, there's no way he was loud enough that it overpowered the
No way,
music
yeah.
or any of the conversation happening. Again, this person's never been to the club. It's just not possible. The point of the club is that it's a place where you can scream. Like
Yeah.
it's a place where like 40 drunken white bitches are going to be howling into the night like fucking like wolves, you know, like
It might be the drugs, but you didn't.
we've definitely been watching for at least half an hour.
Hey, man.
Causing a
I
lot.
saw you in line with this girl. My girl, by the way. And I was wondering, you know, if you saw where she went or if she said.
You know you're dripping, right?
Drip. You got the drip.
Yeah, my dad tells me I'm dripping with good looks. Anyway, so I wanted to know if you had seen these two girls around here.
That's a good
Why
response.
do you look like that?
He said, why do you
Oh,
look
yeah,
like
you
that?
mean this thing. Actually, that girl you were with.
You look stupid.
Okay, but I was. I do?
Nice.
You know, I like that guy. He's honest. He was just like, "You look stupid."
Yeah.
I would be like, "Thank you, man. Let me fucking fix how.
fix
Like,
that."
what could I do about it? Like,
Have
got
you
any
ever-
pointers? Like,
Hilarious
I was
video.
also feeling the gay tension. I was assuming
You thought that it was gay tension?
well, initially my thought was this guy's flirting with him.
Maybe.
I don't think Mouse is picking up on it because I don't
Yeah.
think he knows he's gay.
I didn't pick up on it either.
Well, see you later,
I don't know if the creator knows this mouse is gay either, but this mouse is gay.
coat rack.
Wait, have you seen the video?
Which video?
It's like this guy. He has like a string around his neck with like ice cubes on it. He's like, "Oh, what do you think of my chain?" And the guy's like, "Dude, what are you doing? You're dripping. There's literally ice on your neck." He's like, "Thanks."
Yeah.
He's right a bit of that. He's not to be gay. That would be a good.
Oh, thank God.
The mouse has got to be gay. Again, I don't know if the mouse knows that. I don't know if the creator knows that. The mouse has got to be gay.
Silence.
She's cute.
Could I leave these here for a few hours? I gotta get back to my friend.
Sure, that'll be $30.
This is actually a dangerous idea. Don't give the clubs the idea of charging you to hang up your jacket. They'll do it.
I have to pay to leave these jackets here?
It's
offensively ungay.
I agree that this is an offensively ungay short. This is maybe the least gay thing Lapusha has ever made me watch.
So
And
you're
it could
telling
be
me
gay is the thing.
Yeah, it could easily be gay.
I have to pay to get
And it would be a lot better.
right over here. Pay to get into this sweaty dump, which will be a bingo all tomorrow. And I'm expected to lug these.
Actually, I would even describe this as basically like straight people problems. The
He kinda
cartoon
looks like a monkey right now.
Gay people don't face these issues.
2 jackets, which aren't even mine, by the way, around all night
I do like the way he shook his ears and they kind of like flapped around. That was funny.
without paying another $30.
Yeah, dude, you got the money.
That's what it's like to go out.
It's just, you know, you don't go out if you don't got the money. And if you do got the money, you don't get to complain about how much money you spent.
These things are cursed.
And of course, there's nowhere to sit.
I thought he was walking into people fucking for a second there.
It was just like a mashup movement.
Better than standing, I guess. Oh God, should I do this? What if she's saving that seat for a friend? Or wants to be left alone? Crap, she sees me
Oh no, the neurotic thoughts. Relatable though.
beelining directly towards her. Nice, Clay, that doesn't come off as psychotic.
I mean,
Well, I've committed now. Gotta make the best.
at the table of a complete stranger.
If you were not a neurotic freak like one of us, then yes. This is how hookups happen. If somebody's sitting alone at the club, you sit next to them and they will either tell you to fuck off or you now are going to talk to them. He's so afraid of being told to fuck off that he will never get the opportunity.
Best of it.
Possibly. Unless it looks like he's going. He's facing the right.
So, what brings you here?
Okay, so she's DTF.
Yeah,
if you
immediate.
sit down at the table and you're facing the wrong direction and they're like, I think I'm curious about you, you're already in. From this point, all insecurities are nonsense.
Here.
His hat does have a mind of its own. It's weird how it's disconnected completely from the top right now.
Okay, he's in. Locked in. Let's go. He locked in. Our
Okay,
boy is
okay.
going to do it. Y'all, I think maybe this ship can turn around.
Well, I didn't want to come. My
Really?
mom.
I didn't
Got
want to
thicker.
come, he said again.
Hey, you.
You know, there's a great line, a famous line for the movie Clerks, where the main character is always saying, I'm not even supposed to be here.
But they were so afraid of making this inclusive in any way that they decided to make the girl that he hooks up with the same species. Like, they couldn't have just made it interspecies.
Fair point. It's too normcore.
Made me. I mean, you know, what a bitch, right? I'm gonna go.
Have fun.
You sure say bitch a lot. She kind of is giving Amy Rose, but goth. Or Antifa Amy Rose.
Perfect. That'll make school on Monday fun. Damn sure she's
Wow, he really fumbled that shit quick.
in math, too.
Yo, what's your problem, man? You almost just stepped in my.
I really thought our boy might have some kind of game, and he just literally
I mean, I guess
he
he
noped out in 10 seconds flat.
they went for a sort of like Scott Pilgrim meeting Ramona Flowers bit there, but wasn't quite as funny.
Girlfriend.
Well, how does
His girlfriend is literally a worm.
That could have been
Would you
funny,
still
but
love me
the
if
sound
I was-
effect was weird.
They needed to find a way to incorporate the meme accurately. The whole like, would you love me if I was a worm? Like, there needed to be a
Yeah.
setup where like a girl asked that and then she turns into a worm later. That would have been fun.
that work?
Yo, what the fuck did you just say?
Now they're saying the fuck word.
Sorry,
Yeah.
watch it. Hey, watch it.
Anxiety attack.
Hey, you. Come over.
Oh, this guy's actually cool as shit. What
that-
the fuck?
Is that Pooh Bear?
The guy on the right, no, fuck Pooh Bear. Fucking weird fat golden retriever guy over there. I want the rad little fucking cat with the sunglasses.
I
Looks
know
like
it's just because of
badass.
the shape of the sunglasses, but he reminds me of Pizza Steve. He's from Uncle Grandpa.
He reminds me
Yeah.
of Homestuck. The shape of his head is like the cat thing from
Over
Homestuck.
here.
Let's see. Ooh, dog, yeah.
I want to.
Oh man, they're on the good drugs too.
Look, man, I don't really want to be
I want exactly whatever that guy's
here
on.
right now, so no, I'm not interested in seeing what you got. This whole night has been a big mistake.
This is such a weird turn for his character. I guess these guys just made him feel comfortable enough to trauma dump on them. Like, does he know these guys? They were just like, hey man, you want some drugs? And he's like, no, what I want to do is tell you my life story in the middle of the club.
At this point, I just want to go home.
Hey,
The hell?
brother. Relax.
He has real
I
hands.
was just gonna offer you something to
There's definitely some gumball influences going on here, but they're not capitalized on very well.
take the edge
No,
off.
Gumball does it perfectly.
I wish they did a lot more. Like, if you're gonna have gumball influence, go all in and just be gumball. You know?
Yeah.
Soda.
Yeah, as far as you know.
Holy! Are
Whoa.
you allowed to
You snuck real alcohol into our fake alcohol event. I literally forgot that they were supposed to be at a fake club. Like,
yeah,
it's
it's a fake club.
have that in here?
Community center.
again, it's either need to be more metaphorical or less metaphorical for it to make sense.
Hey, what they don't know won't hurt 'em.
Hey,
Oh, when they don't know, won't hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, huh? $20.
That
Deal?
himself brings up a valid assessment.
I like how this pilot captures real insecurities, but it isn't self-aware enough to prescribe mature solutions. Exactly. The insecurities are real, but it's all like stuff that you imagine is going on somewhere that just isn't the reality of it. This is like somebody imagining what would happen if I did try to go to the club. It would just be me being neurotic the whole time and all these situations. And it's like, the reality is nobody would be fucking paying attention to you at all. What would actually happen is he would go there, he would stand in the corner quietly and then leave in like 15 minutes and
Yep.
nobody would address him whatsoever. That's what would really happen if this person went to the club.
Okay, right. What you just said right there.
Someone-
That's the reason why nobody wants to take the shit.
Actually,
What
no, the
the
reality is this person would never end up at the club. There's just no,
Wait, that
the
was-
cover charge would be enough to keep him the fuck out.
That's Psychic Pebbles.
Oh, really?
With you. That's why. That's it. That attitude.
Yeah.
That general attitude.
You lost it?
Maybe that's why it's got millions of views.
Psychic
It's got
Pebbles.
like a 2-second cameo.
Well, like I said,
from
I
a
think this guy
famous
gets. I
animator.
think this guy gets views.
Something?
Good one.
What's with the cape, super dipshit?
Yep, okay. Clay? What's the matter with you? You actually look happy to be here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm great. Just
He got the fucking. He got the grog.
perfect.
He's grogged up.
Hey,
Look me in the eye.
are you
Can't do
drunk?
it.
What?
I do really
no,
want
just a little something to take the edge off.
Smiling Friends is like a much better version. This makes me appreciate that show more. What I'm saying about how this show needed to either be more or less metaphorical, that show is both at once, like tremendously more and less metaphorical. The literal events of the story are way more weird and like abstract, but the themes are extremely clear, you know, like beating you over the head clear in a way that this is like, just feels very juvenile.
Right?
You drank the whole bottle.
Well, you gave
Now
it
he's
to
not
me.
calling.
Oh, jeez. Come on, I gotta get you home.
What? But this place was finally starting to get good.
You are not the person I was expecting to have on my arm tonight.
Yeah, why are you still holding those things? They didn't want to talk to you. They were just using you.
You don't know that.
That's my favorite moment in the whole cartoon.
That
The
face.
satisfied look of having just finally told your friend what you wanted to say 3 hours ago, and like
Yeah.
you can't believe he still hasn't figured it out on his own. So you finally are just like, "Fuck you, bitch! Why did you even do this?" And then you're just, "Ah, yes, I finally said it." Goes right to bed.
We just haven't had the time to meet up yet. But now I know I'll never see them again because I have to take care of you.
No, this is exactly the move I would have pulled in this situation. Would be, you know what? Actually, the reason I'm in this situation is because my stupid douchebag friend doesn't realize how much of a stupid douchebag he is. So I'm gonna get shit-faced, pass out on him, and make him deal with me. That's how I'm handling tonight.
Why are they all ripped up?
Oh, there they are.
Well, nice
Yeah,
shit.
little pricks.
Oh, hey, look who it is. Go on, talk to them.
Were they trying to rob him or like?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, look! Remember me?
Are they also drunk?
Probably. Remember? What's that?
Be cold no longer, girls. As a mouse of my word, I have held on to your jackets all night. No need to thank me.
Okay.
What?
Oh, yeah. Well, we were gonna go ahead to another club, so if you could just like hold on to those for another couple hours, that would be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
How expensive were these They just were they like $2 jackets?
These girls, I think they just probably take things and
Okay, so they robbed
then
the jackets.
don't care about them because they just have them.
But what was the point of them?
Well, no, I'd love to join you, but
They were just like, oh, we don't want to wear these right now. We're warm, so can you hold on to these? But I don't think they were ever going to like ask for them back. Like I think it was more like, hey, here's somebody we can have do something for us. And
you gotta take care of my friend. Looks like some people can't handle their liquor.
Yeah, no. If you could just hold on to him for a bit longer, that would be great. Thanks.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know what, actually?
That wasn't funny at first, and then it got funny. I was like
Why
hating
don't
it.
you
And then it
come
went
with
off so
us
long.
and carry our jackets everywhere we go? Oh my god.
Oh my god, like our own little butler.
I was thinking more like a coat rack. How does that sound? You want to be a coat rack? Look, all right, okay.
You need to be dressed. Oh my god, what the hell?
See, Claire, he's like her full
I don't think beating their ass would be the answer, but
I just felt like that's what he's
Oh
about to do.
my god, that's adorable.
he's gonna fucking war guy. He's gonna wolf out.
Look, why don't you just take the damn jackets already and leave the guy alone?
You cannot talk to her like that.
I'll talk to you however I damn please. This would be over if you just take the stupid jacket.
This is a weird scenario because I don't think he thinks he's being bullied and he's just mad on his behalf and stepping in about it, which is really unnecessary. Like, no, let him fucking deal with this.
Jackets back for the love of God.
Don't
Let
act
him
like
be
you
a
know
dumb
me.
simp.
You don't know where I'm from. You don't know what I've
Tie it
been
around your
through.
waist.
So
Put it over
you
your
think
shoulder.
you can walk
Anything
up
to
to
make
me?
this.
Jesus Christ! Just shut the hell up about these goddamn jackets already!
What the heck?
Correct.
That felt good.
Or the other one.
Those were expensive.
Not that we paid for them. I'm sure.
So?
I'm gonna be sick.
She remembered she was drunk.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey,
Is your homie's approval good enough?
sorry tonight sucked.
Seems like it.
We're just hangover ever.
Yeah.
Well, despite all that, I still appreciate
He had what, one beer, probably.
you trying to get me out of the house. I actually did have fun.
Zydeus, yeah,
Really?
he
Oh,
seems
no, I mean,
cool.
And
And
the start
we
kind of
agree.
sucked, but after a while, I sort of warmed up to it.
Thanks for getting me out of that, at least. I guess I need to stop letting people walk all over me.
What are you talking about? You just did.
Oh, yeah.
So were we supposed to
Never
Put
took
him in
you
the
for the
mouth?
drinking type.
suck? They both suck. Is
Never
the
tell
problem.
my mom.
Deal.
Yeah, he didn't really come to
Definitely
realize
seemed to
how
help, at least.
fucked up
Yeah, I guess so.
view of like women is.
No.
throughout.
No real lessons were learned here. Get drunk. Get shitted. Get fucked up. Yeah, let's go. I mean, if what we're supposed to take away is that like cat guy figured out that he could enjoy himself by just bullying this dumb little fucking asshole, then this actually is a little funny. Like, he's just bored. He feels no real sense of purpose or belonging, but at least he can make fun of this stupid rich kid that won't stop following him around. You know, that's what I got out of it.
Yeah. Yes, I'm not entirely sure. Like all that was learned is that he should stand up for himself, I suppose.
Yeah,
But there's a lot
Cat
of
learned
different
nothing,
lessons.
except for maybe, bullying is fun. Mouths learned I should stand up for myself, but then immediately showed that he has no capability of doing that whatsoever. So, this was weird. This was a weird one.
Cat learned that he likes booze. He sure did. Yeah, he's an alcoholic
We
now.
did go unnecessarily in depth, but I figured that probably that's something that's going to be clipped. Pretty much every time I react to an indie cartoon, either that one Lucario fan or Trixie Clipsy will clip it. So I was like, fuck it. Let's make this like an in-depth review so that if this person sees it, they understand all of my complaints.
However small they may be.
My complaints
I like
were
complaining
pretty
about
existential to that one, honestly, because to me,
a lot of them were.
The biggest problem was like that the thing just didn't need to be, like it just didn't need to exist. I don't think the message it sends is like worth sending. I think that person needed like regular therapy as opposed to doing an art project. As a cartoon, it didn't make any fucking sense. Why were they high schoolers and it was a club? It's just just make it about going to the club. Why did they have to be high schoolers? Talk to the therapist, then draw the art. I like this one. These roasties are always just using me, man. Every teen boy. Yeah, that was pretty much the feel of that. Yeah, it's not just the character. The show is misogynist. That was kind of the vibe by the end, based on the fact that he did not
fact that he didn't actually learn any
reflect
lesson
in any way on his
about-
opinions about women.
Yeah, nobody in the show commented on it in the slightest.
Like, they was hoes, but like the problem was that he's chasing after hoes, not that hoes are hoes, like.
Yeah, well, he literally just referred to women as bitches.
Right.
Not necessarily that they were bitches. Yeah. Just he said that he wanted some bitches.
No more play pretend time, end zone rhymes, this is scored again time, yeah. No more play pretend time, end zone rhymes, this is scored again time, yeah. KRS-One can come and slap me if he want, but it would probably turn me on, so probably gonna wanna stick to guns. For anyone that think I make a target in my Target shorts and hand-me-downs, I'm chilling just around Northside, Norfolk, Virginia. Smoking a dirt weed blunt in my mama garage. It's too late to attempt to maintain a mirage. Had a chance to be boss, traded it for Cassage and in need of a bra. Now I'm a broke bitch. Oops. That's the whole sitch. Now you know this. Trixie Goldie Witch. That's me. Trixie Goldie Witch.